Hello, everyone. I'm Dijon,
I'm Ira.
And I'm Bree.
and welcome to the Mustardcast, the podcast about the art of storytelling and how it's used across different mediums. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see our channel grow, and to click the notification bell so you're notified when we post. As usual, free Palestine. Do everything you can to support them. And fuck ice. Always that, dude.
Yeah.
Uh, so what have you guys been watching lately in terms of animation?
For me, Trigun Stargaze, has been coming out. I haven't watched the most recent episode, the one that came out this most recent Saturday that's passed, since we're recording this on Monday. But other than that, I'm caught up. And then more Ranma One Half. I'm really enjoying it. I really like Ranma One Half a lot. It's very funny. Those are my two big things right now: Ranma One Half and Stargaze.
How far are you into Rama?
We just got to season 2, I think. The last arc I remember watching is it had shampoo in it, and I'm trying to remember what happened. It was like shampoo. It was the delivery girl contest where they had to deliver
that's season
yeah,
2.
yeah. Oh, well, I guess
That's like halfway through season 2.
oh shoot. See, that's how you know. It all blends together, but in all the best ways. So we're pretty far in, but I'm enjoying it a lot so far.
That means that you got past the part where they introduced the perverted old man.
Mm-hmm.
Which luckily they use him sparingly. He was in that one episode and then he like barely shows up after that. Thank God.
Which I appreciate.
Because the show is like, despite being an older show, is kind of devoid of certain tropes most of the time. They're there, but they're not like heavy handed like they usually are. And then he comes in. And I'm like, oh god damn it!
It's like, please.
I
thought we were free from this.
We didn't have a perverted old man, and then all of a sudden here he comes. But how about you, Brie?
I have not been watching anything animated related. I've just been watching IRL TV shows that kind of low key have me in a chokehold.
Real.
Fair. Well, for me, I have been continuing to watch Justice League, the animated series, and Batman Beyond, alongside Blind Wave, as well as One Piece. I'm starting to like make sure to dial back in my own personal rewatch of Batman Beyond, so that they don't catch up to me. So I'm on season 3, which is the last season. I'm almost done. I'll watch season 3, and then I'm gonna watch the movie. And then I'll be done with Batman Beyond on my own personal rewatch. With One Piece, man, One Piece is so good. The dreaded opening change has finally come.
No,
but I kind of fucks with it.
Real.
It's a very Eurobeat type song, and I fuck with Eurobeats.
Fascinating for One Piece, though.
You gotta listen. Look up One Piece opening 2 when you get the chance. You're gonna be shocked. It's crazy. You're gonna be like, this was in like the early 2000s. This is crazy. In One Piece, the pirate anime. But yeah, it's no We Are, but it's good. I'm telling you, truly don't remember any of the openings, and I watched 700 episodes of One Piece. I don't remember any opening other than We Are, and I think it's because
that's crazy.
I think that was back when I used to skip openings, so I was like, nowadays I don't skip openings unless I absolutely hate them. Otherwise, I let them play every time. Speaking of openings, I'm gonna be skipping Gachi Akuta. I watched episode 2. And episode 2 got me. Episode 2 was good. It actually started getting deeper into the world, and things got more interesting. So I'm in now. But I will be skipping that intro and outro. I don't like it. It's not for me. Don't like them.
Dang, I gotta listen to it then.
Still watching Primal. The episode before last was very action packed. It was dope. Homie had to fight a pack of lions. It was fire.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Primal season 3 is like Spy Family. Still continuing to catch up on that. And in the last 2 episodes I watched, they were all about Lloyd's past, and it was very fun to learn more personal details about him, since he's such a guarded character. We learn his real name. Lloyd Forger is his fake name.
His alias. I need to get back into Spy Family. I was like reading the manga and keeping up with it for a while, but then I just dropped it because I'm like, I don't know. I don't even remember why. I think it's like right after Yor's brother got introduced, I like really lost interest for some reason. because like I'm not a fan of sister complex characters. They're just not for me. But maybe I should hop back on Peak.
Yeah, it seems a lot of people don't like that because it's too close to incest for them. It doesn't bother me
Yes.
because it's like, I think that's just like, I get why people go that way, but that's just explicitly not what the relationship is. And I feel like
Yeah, no, definitely.
you're not you specifically. I understand why people think
No.
that, but I always go, you're the weirdo for bringing it there when it's not going there. Sometimes it does, so I don't
Right.
blame you for making that assumption. But Spy Family doesn't do that, so
That's good.
you gotta just let it happen, and you gotta let go and let God, okay? Because
Okay. As long as it just doesn't happen explicitly, I'm fine. It's like if he's just like, overbearing, that's fine. It's just like with a lot of sister complex characters, it's like
it's weird.
it's weird, and B, it's like sometimes they like take over the narrative a little bit, and I'm like, I really don't care about him.
He's very much a side character.
Good. Okay, so maybe I'll hop back on.
Yeah.
That brings me peace.
Also continuing to watch Fury season 2. Still very good. Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm gonna get back to Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen, man, fire. Trigun Stargaze. I am fully caught up. The fact that we didn't record yesterday actually gave me the opportunity to watch episode 4. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Getting into trailers and news, we got a trailer for Invincible season 4, and shit is about to go down.
Oh, shit.
We're on the precipice of one of the greatest arcs in the entire series, and I can't wait for non-comic readers to see it. I know you haven't watched it. I think you say you like watched it over your girlfriend's shoulder every now and again, but
yeah, and she shows me clips.
Yeah, I can't.
Occasionally, I did watch one episode, one time. You'll never guess which episode it was.
Oh my gosh.
What was it? The finale of the last season?
It was not. It was the episode with the one guy that's played by
Oh, Aaron
the guy
Paul.
that plays. Yes, yeah, the episode with the Aaron Paul guy. I really liked it. I can't lie. So I might watch the rest. We'll see.
Yeah, he's a great character. Unfortunately, Aaron Paul isn't coming back to that role. The character is going to come back because the character comes back at some point, but apparently it was just too emotionally taxing for him, so he was just like,
bet, though.
I can't do that. Bree, have you watched Invincible?
I have not caught up of like any of the recent seasons. I'm not gonna lie.
Gotta catch up. It's good.
I have to.
Yeah, next week
I want to see how they animate all these dramas that happens in the
yeah.
comic, man.
They're putting in on a lot of hard work, but unfortunately the animation's not quite up to snuff. The show gets shit on a lot for it, and it's like, animation's hard, but at the same time it's like they really don't be doing some of these fights justice. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The fight at the end of last season was pretty good, but for the most part, it don't be hitting like that in terms of animation. The story is fire, but the fights aren't as good as I'd like them to be. So I wouldn't hold your breath expecting them to do God's work with the animation. If you want God-like animation, watch Jujutsu Kaisen. But we're not there yet. I'll get there. Next, I sent a trailer for Maul, Shadow Lord, which is a Star Wars cartoon focusing on Maul. The trailer, or not the trailer, I think it was announced at Star Wars Celebration Japan last year. And it will follow after the Clone Wars, with Maul plotting to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. And this storyline was originally going to be a movie after it was teased at the end of Solo, but it got shelved because Solo didn't do well. And I'm honestly glad it's being animated instead, the superior medium. And we get a continuation of the beautiful Clone Wars art style that keeps getting better and better with every series that they do ever since they finished off the original series and then did the Bad Batch and now this. And they're doing the I forget what what they call them, but I need to finish them. It's Tales of series, where the Tales of the Jedi, Tales of, I think, the Empire, and the Tales of the Bounty Hunters. I haven't watched that one yet. I need to actually watch that. I also need to finish Star Wars Visions Volume 3. You know, I've been slacking on my Star Wars. I need to catch up. But yeah, Maul became one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever since he returned in the Clone Wars. So I'm excited for him to get his own show, which releases April 8th.
Ooh, so soon.
Yeah. Either of you interested in the show at all?
I am actually. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is actually the tiny bit of Star Wars exposure that I have. Where it's like I didn't watch any of the movies. I didn't watch like most of the other stuff. But I have watched a good chunk of the Clone Wars, and I really, really liked it. So I'm like, maybe I'll check this out too, and then actually watch the movies. LOL.
Cool.
I'd be interested in watching only because I haven't indulged in Star Wars media in like years, so I feel like this would be like a good piece to get back into it.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since it's so isolated.
Isolated media is just really good, like the Penguin.
Yeah, especially when it's from a big, like, established universe, and it's a good way to get you just into it without, you know, committing and having to like do homework.
I agree.
Yeah.
But lastly, in trailers and news, we got the latest trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And we got another direct dedicated to a single trailer. And this one introduces Yoshi. And thank God he doesn't speak plain English.
Yeah.
It's just regular Yoshi. It's not Yoshi voiced by Aquafina. It's just
crazy.
It's just Yoshi. Now Birdo, on the other hand, we didn't hear Birdo speak. We saw Birdo.
Oh boy.
We saw Birdo shoot an egg at Princess Peach, and she blocked it with her umbrella. But who knows? Maybe Birdo's gonna start rapping. I don't know. We'll see.
Rapping is crazy.
It's insane, but I wouldn't put it past them.
But yeah, what did you guys think?
True. I thought it was neat. I thought it was pretty neat. I will say, still not excited.
Did you like the first one?
This one was decent. Like, it's a fun movie, but it's not like anything groundbreaking.
Yeah,
I did have a lot of fun watching it.
Are fun for what they are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
I'm excited to see it with my cousins, really. Yeah.
It's a fun movie. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have a good time. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see. I could see myself seeing it multiple times in theaters if I'm going to go see it with different people. But like, if I see it with everybody I care to see it with the first time, unless it's like really good, I don't know if I'm gonna see it a second time. Like the first movie, I didn't care to see more than once. I might have seen it more than once because I saw it with different people. But like after that second time, I wasn't like, I gotta see it a third time. I actually haven't seen it since I saw it in the theaters, and I think
me either.
I think I did, and I think I did only see it once. I actually wouldn't mind watching it again before this one because it is a good movie. I like it. It's definitely worth a rewatch. Maybe we can get together and watch that.
That'd be weird.
But like
I only watched it twice.
Yeah, I feel like this one, you know, has a chance to be significantly better than the first one. So, you know, might really like this one. Like, yeah, the trailer didn't show off too much new. We saw more of that upside down pyramid place from Odyssey, and it was just a kind of just more extended scenes that we've seen in previous trailers. So nothing super new to talk about. Where's Daisy? Where's Daisy?
Where's my wife?
They're gonna save Daisy for the third movie. Watch.
Probably.
But okay, moving on to some reviews, starting with Jujutsu Kaisen season 3. This is season 3, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So cinema. First off, the first 3 episodes were good, especially the first with some gorgeous animation. Oh my god, Mappa is killing it and killing their employees at the same time. But let them sleep. But
please.
Episode 4 is what I was waiting for. Ever since I read this chapter in the manga, I've been waiting. And I knew it was going to happen this season. I just didn't know when exactly. And it happened in episode 4. And as soon as it started, I was like, this better be the whole goddamn episode. I swear to God, if they cut to that nigga Yuji Itadori, I don't give a fuck about Yuji. Get that nigga out my face. Okay? I want Maki right now. Maki's in me.
Crazy.
And it was fire. It was so good. There was one very specific scene that was just a straight up Kill Bill reference. I think both of you said you haven't seen Kill Bill, didn't you?
I have not seen Kill Bill. Well, no, I've seen part of Kill Bill.
there's a fight scene at the end of the first Kill Bill where it starts with somebody yelling, and the dude that yells is this super famous Hong Kong action star. And they mimic that scene, and the whole fight scene takes place in a room that looks exactly like the room they fight in Kill Bill, and that fight scene is so good. Oh my god! And the rest of the episode is just from there. It's just hands, all hands,
Just hands.
Just hands is crazy.
Hands the episode.
Hands.
It was great. And you know the JJK manga is good, and of course the anime wouldn't be here without it. But this is one of the few anime that fully elevates the source material for me. I don't always feel that way about anime, where like I feel like the anime is just so much better than the manga. But to me, low key, Jujutsu Kaisen is that. The story by and art by Gechi Akutami is already good, but what makes it better in the anime is the very clear like film influence. Like when you watch it, the shots, the composition, you can tell that these people are film nerds. Like they like cinema, not just animation, but live action film and TV. And you can see it in every single shot. And at the end of episode 5, there's this long single shot of just two characters talking that is clearly rotoscoped in some areas. And it just feels more real than anything I've ever seen in anime. It's so good. Just the animation, the cinematography. Even though you know it's animated, it's animated cinematography. It's incredible. Yeah. It's so good. You gotta watch Jujutsu Kaisen, man. It's so good. Mm-hmm. At least watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the movie, and if that doesn't get you into it, then I don't know what will. Because it takes place before everything, so it's a good place to start, and it's a movie.
I've been seeing a lot of like fan art on my timeline of the lawyer dude, and he kind of interests me. I fear
he hasn't shown up in the show yet, but he's probably about to show up in the next episode.
Which excites me because I'm like, I like him. I think he's cool.
Yeah, first 2 episodes, or episode 2 and 3 was just if episode 4 was hands the episode, episode 3 was exposition the episode.
Although,
but they had to dedicate a whole episode to exposition so that we could have hands. If it wasn't for the exposition, we wouldn't be able to get hands.
True.
So I respect it, and initially I was like, because when I read it, that shit's confusing. The rules to the culling game, which is this like tournament that's happening, is confusing as hell in the manga. And initially, I think it's because I fell asleep on it, low key. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was watching the episode, I fell asleep. Woke up, did not care to rewind it at all. Usually, I'm like, oh, I should rewind it, and like, I don't need to rewind it. They were just saying the rules of something I've already read. I really don't care. They don't matter that much to me. So, to me, I was like, damn, did they do a good job explaining it? I felt like they didn't. And then I watched a reaction and I was like, oh, they actually did do a much better job explaining it in the anime than they did in the manga. Which is probably going to be everything, because everything is so much more complicated in the manga. Right. Jujutsu Kaisen is just known for having an unnecessarily complicated power system.
It's so... I think that's the thing that's been like stopping me from really getting into it, because I'm like, I don't get it.
There's a character that showed up at the end of, or in last episode, that has probably even more complicated power than Gojo. It's crazy.
Oh boy, that's scary.
And next episode is going to be part hands, part exposition, because they got to explain his power while he puts hands on somebody. It's going to be crazy.
That's crazy.
Hopefully they can do it better than the manga. But also, so another thing that I feel like why the anime elevates the manga is that when I was reading the manga when it was still ongoing, I told you those fight scenes could be confusing as fuck. Sometimes it was hard to tell what was happening. The anime, it's a lot easier to follow. So I'm excited to see so many of these fights animated, because I'm like, oh, I can finally understand what's happening.
Right.
But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen is great. I feel like it just keeps getting better and better. It's gonna end soon, because the manga ended. You know, it's not gonna. It's probably got 1, maybe 2 more seasons left. If I'm being real, probably one season. If I'm being real, they're probably gonna do 1 season in a movie.
Probably. That would be nice, I feel like. Or they do it like Demon Slayer and cut up the last arc of the manga into like 7 movies.
Why would you put that curse on me? I'm already mad I gotta deal with Demon Slayer doing that bullshit.
I doubt Jujutsu Kaisen will do that. I hope not, for your sake.
Yeah, I think they're probably just gonna do either 2 more seasons or a season in a movie because there's not that much left after this arc. But yeah,
Okay.
getting into Trigun Stargaze. So I've seen all 4 episodes. You've seen the first 3, and so far it's good, but like you said last episode, different. And in my humble opinion, kind of for the worse.
I agree. I completely agree.
So before we get into that, the opening is good. I like the opening a lot.
The opening is very good. Much better than last.
Though I have to admit, I don't remember the opening from the first season at all. But that may go to show how bad it was that I just completely forgot about it. I don't remember that shit sounds like, or the ending. And I didn't skip them either. I'm pretty sure. So like, I just don't remember.
Right. Anyone that says they like Tombi is a liar. I'm sorry. Like that opening is not good.
Yeah, the ending's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna say too much about the 4th episode because you haven't seen it. But episode 1 mostly follows Meryl and the newly introduced Millie, as they search for Vash after the events of season 1. In episode 2, we get to see what Vash has been up to since season 1 because it's been 2 years? It's been like a 2-year time skip between seasons.
2-year time skip.
And he's just been wallowing in self-pity, but he's forced to snap out of it by his caretaker when they take a hostage and threaten to kill him. And then in episode 3, Vash returns to his home to find it under siege by one of Knives' gung-ho guns, which do they...
Say that 5 times so that.
Do they ever get called the gung-ho guns in this?
Yes.
Okay.
Explicitly.
Because I don't remember. Was it just in the first season? Because I don't remember them saying it this season yet.
I don't think in the first season, but in this season, yes, they said it.
I must have missed it. But lying off the puppet master, who, as his name suggests, controls puppets, fights Vash, and it was a great fight.
My goat. It's one of my favorite arcs in manga.
Low-key, I'm reading and I'm like, I should have like started reading and caught up on Maximum before I started watching this because I'm like, my brain is like trying to remember things, and I'm like, did they ever introduce the dude with the sword? Because I'm like, if they
Friday, as far as I remember, because I've been
there's a lot of gung-ho guns.
There's a lot of them. I don't think in Stampede they've ever introduced Friday, and I don't think they will, frankly.
And
he did make a cameo.
Look,
he did make a cameo in a Wanted poster.
Me and you about to be complaining about Trigun this episode. I'll be real with you. This episode is about to be us talking about how this show, it's pretty. Yeah, very pretty show. It looks good. Studio Orange is doing the best they can with what they got, and what they got is good in terms of art, mostly, other than Vash's design, but we'll get to that. But the story is simply rushed. They're getting through it too fast. And they're cutting a lot of shit out. A lot of crucial things.
A lot of very crucial shit.
Because presumably this is going to be the end, right? This season.
Yeah.
They're gonna cram all of Maximum into a single season. Maximum is easily a 2-season thing. You could do the first part.
Honestly,
you can do the first part in 1 season. You can do Maximum in about 2. Well, I'm thinking about this in terms of the original anime, back when anime used to be like 26 episodes per season.
26 episodes.
We're not in that world anymore. We get 13 episode seasons max. We got the rare ones like Frieren, which was 26 episodes, which is woo. Or like we talked about with Dandadan, what they do now is they essentially split a season into 2 13 episode seasons now. That's what they do now.
Which is stupid.
Very stupid. So yeah, I'm thinking about, this would be 2 seasons back in the it would be 3 seasons back in the day. Today, right. This is like a 4, maybe 5 season minimum show. Because
it's fucking 2 seasons in a movie.
They're just rushing through everything. And I figured out the one thing that I think is the biggest thing, the crucial thing, the biggest problem with this show overall, other than the length. And it's honestly because of the length that this is a problem. It lacks mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery in a story is a tool used to keep the audience interested and give them a reason to come back every episode or chapter. But Stampede and Stargaze forego every single ounce of mystery the original manga had.
Feeds you the narrative. It pisses me off so bad because with original Trigun and Trigun Maximum, the whole point of it is you're reading to figure out what happened before canon. Is how it's framed. where it's like they don't tell you about July, they don't tell you about any of the shit Vash was getting up to in like whatever happened before we meet him. And honestly, you still don't even really find out until like way later.
It takes a while. It takes a while. Like
takes a minute.
It's like halfway through Maximum when you find out.
Right. And it's like, and even then they don't say it to you explicitly. It's like very vague when they talk about July. And like my thing with Stargaze and Stampede is that like they're so focused on making it look pretty that they're missing the point of Trigun, which is the characters. And it's like, yeah, the fight scenes are cool. Yeah, it looks gorgeous, but it's like, where's the the interactions between the insurance girls and Vash and Wolfwood beyond like what's going on in the narrative, you know?
Yeah. It's like
silly.
And that's the big thing. Because they're cutting so much stuff out and they're just getting to the main plot points, and they're doing it very quickly. Like you said, a mystery that you don't learn until like several volumes into Maximum, which is the second part of the series. The original is 2 volumes, and then Maximum was what, like 14 volumes, 16?
14, yeah.
Yeah, like 14 volumes. And it's not until like volume 4 that they actually have a full flashback of
right.
their backstory. And you get that at the beginning of the first episode,
which is insane.
That is a mystery. Also, that is a mystery that's supposed to keep you going, and it's supposed to be super interesting and intriguing. And then they just we'll just let you know.
Dump it on you.
And then
are we still spoiler free right now, or?
Well, it depends on what Brie cares about.
I don't.
Good.
You don't?
I don't.
Listen, I don't know why they replaced Lena with Hopper. That makes no fucking sense. None.
I thought I was tripping because I was like, I don't remember Hopper being here. What's going on?
No, he wasn't here. This is supposed to be, what was supposed to be happening was Lena and Grandma were supposed to be nursing Vash back to health.
Yes.
Wolfwood comes and finds him.
Yes.
And then they fight the pedophile guy and then join back up with the insurance girls.
Exactly. Okay. Spoiler about something that doesn't happen. This isn't a spoiler for what does happen in episode 4. This is a spoiler for what they cut out of episode 4. We don't get to see Vash and Wolfwood go to get a new gun and jacket.
I'm sorry, that was that's insane. That's insane to me because it's like the way that it's integral to the entire like beginning of Maximum is crazy. Right?
All the shows make me want to do is reread Maximum and also track down physical copies of all 14 volumes of Maximum.
Right. Well, they have no, but they kind of suck.
Yeah, I want the volumes. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe getting an omnibus of Trigun and then getting the individual volumes of Maximum. Because I saw it at a bookstore that I went to with Bree and some friends a while back. It was specifically the first volume for Maximum, but I might get the big book, and I now see how big it is. It is as big as
they're huge.
The Berserk and Helsing ones. But I might get the first one, just the for those first 2 volumes of
I have the first one. It is pretty nice. I will say it's hard tracking down volumes nowadays. The only volume of Maximum that I have is volume 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to eBay.
Yeah, the only reason that I have that is because my girlfriend bought it for me for Christmas and she found it on the Walmart website of all places.
That's random as hell.
Random as hell, but she tracked it down.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just also what I was trying to get to. Also, when it comes to like the stuff that they're cutting out due to time, is Trigun, the manga and the original anime, is hilarious. It is so funny. There's so much comedy, and part of that is due to Vash kind of like hiding his sadness and depression behind being this goofy guy. And without that comedy that is all over the original, there's less of a contrast between that and the darkness, which makes the dark parts stand out so much more and hit harder. That contrast is just missing. So like the story doesn't, like the actual like deeper parts of like their backstory and the dark stuff just doesn't hit as hard because we don't get the overwhelming comedy that it usually is. It's usually a comedy first with little hints of darkness, and then in Maximum it gets a lot darker, but it's
something terrible.
But there's still a lot of comedy in there, but it's more balance between the two. Like that contrast is just sorely missing from this version. And like, yeah, a lot of the, like, without without even spoiling anything, because I don't even need to spoil anything to say this, but like with us seeing the backstory in the first episode, all the big mysteries are answered immediately. Why this planet is barren, what are these weird alien ship ruins, what are the cities powered by, why does Vash hide his prosthetic on, which he never does in this actually.
Which he should,
and
because
and most importantly, like I said, why Vash hides his sadness behind comedy. All of those very important questions that are supposed to be,
gradually
yeah,
answered.
you're supposed to be strung along with those, are just answered in damn near the first episode.
And it's just like,
And also, the humanoid typhoon isn't even a big deal
he's really not.
because you don't
That's the thing that-
really feel the weight of him constantly going to a town and then somehow causing a big ruckus.
Something terrible happened. And I think a big part of that is because for some reason Stampede and Stargaze's narrative is way more focused on knives. Like I think them establishing that like the terrible things that happen in these towns is not Vash but knives rather in the first episode is sloppy storytelling. I fear because like
Is
like,
that
again?
I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
It's like again, you don't get that like that mystery, that intrigue, but then it also takes away the entire threat of the humanoid typhoon. It's like you don't even like because it's like they try to set up and it's like, oh, Vash is this terrible person causes all this destruction, and then they show Knives doing Knives things so early. It's like whatever destruction Vash could cause is like peanuts compared to what Knives is out here doing and what we've seen him do. And it's like you're not supposed to have that kind of realization until way later. And it makes it fall flat.
Yeah. And is that black girl in the original?
Yes, but she's not black.
Okay, that makes sense. Because like I don't remember there being a little black girl.
Yeah, she is the little girl that has a crush on Vash in the original.
Okay.
From the home ship. And Brad has a crush on her.
Mm.
She's not a little girl.
Okay,
in the
yeah,
original.
okay. Now that you're saying, I was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her hair is great. Like I said,
her hair is really great.
Art is her hair is incredible. Very well modeled. Like clearly they did some research.
I sure hope so after that concept art they released. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Studio Orange released some crazy concept art.
Send that in the chat, in the animation chat.
I have to find it.
Yeah, at the end, at the end of every episode, they show concept art, and at the end of episode 4, they show concept art for a Vash jacket that makes me so mad because I'm like, that should have been the jacket. That should have been the jacket.
And also, can we talk about spoilers? I guess why is Ellen Dyra still a child? Why do they not want to make her trans? Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's a crazy solution. Like, she could have just been a cis woman in this. And that would have, I feel like that would have gotten less outrage than her being an actual child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, dang, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Millie is, like, the same height as Vash and, like, an inch shorter than Wolfwood in the manga. But she, in episode 4, she's, like, noticeably shorter than them. And I'm like,
right.
Why?
Like,
Millie's supposed to be tall as hell. She's supposed to be a giant.
Right.
And she's not as tall as she should be in this. Also, let's be real. Fuck Roberto. He didn't need to be in this.
He really didn't. The way they tried to segue him in like episode 2 was crazy. Like, oh, just in case you forgot.
Like, all he did was take away time that we got with Millie, which is already going to be little to none because it's going to be, 8 episodes?
Right.
So all they did was decrease the amount of time we got with a character who was in the goddamn original from the beginning, from jump. All they did was decrease the amount of time we got with a beloved character for no reason. Roberto did nothing. He added nothing to the story. We did not need Roberto. Look, you got to go through a crazy concept phase to get to the good stuff. Why do these look like Rugrats characters?
That's what I'm saying.
They look like characters from Little Nightmares.
I'm saying, and it's like, how did we get to where we are now, right? And it's like, I wonder how much of, I can't even remember the little girl's name because she doesn't look anything like what she does in the original, but how much of her design is them hard pivoting after people saw this concept art and reacted, you think?
I mean, it depends on when they showed it.
It was definitely pre like everything being completed. I know that much. It was like a while back.
Yeah, if they had
I
enough
couldn't give
time
you an
to,
exact date though.
then maybe.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Just know that
Yeah.
we're disappointed.
Too much time.
I'm very
Great.
disappointed. As a person who's like really into Trimax, I'm extremely disappointed. But maybe it'll get better.
Well,
Keep telling myself.
too much more time, I should say.
Listen, y'all
Yeah.
went in. I ain't know what to go ahead.
You're like, I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, look,
Basically, look,
I
I
can't-
like what y'all thought.
I can't say you shouldn't watch it because it's still a decent show. It's just that
Yeah.
in comparison to the source material, it pales in comparison.
Garbage.
It's good for what it is if you don't know the original, but if you know anything about the original, you're just like, damn, they just cut out all the good shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like that that meme on Twitter with the guy standing in front of the subway thing. It's like they fucked his sandwich up 4 times. They fucked his Trigun up 4 times.
Yeah, like essentially, low-key, watch this before you watch or read anything else because you'll enjoy it more.
Definitely. Because that's what I did.
You'll enjoy it way more. But at the same time, though, like we said, there's a mystery, so you're gonna spoil the mystery.
Agree.
So low
Watch
key,
season 1. So watch Stampede first, then go watch fucking or read the manga and come back and watch Stargaze.
yeah, because I'm like, yeah, low key, you ruin the mystery if you watch Stampede first. See, look, it's complicated now. I don't know if I can suggest you watch Stampede first because it spoils the mystery that you're supposed to have. So I would always go watch. So I would just go either read it or watch the original, then come back.
And honestly, I would argue watch 98 over reading the manga first because it's like the manga is very dense, and I will say that
it's short in comparison to most.
It's short, but like the mystery, like when I because me watching Stampede was not my first romp with Trigun. I tried reading the manga I think like 2 years prior, and I was just like, I don't get it, and so I dropped it, right? But then watching Stampede and then 98, and then reading the manga, I'm like, see, now I get why everybody likes it. It kind of clicked for me.
Yeah, but moving on to comics. What have you guys been reading lately?
I got back into using the Webtoon app, and there's been this one comic I've been reading called Maybe Meant to Be, and it's actually really good. I have a hard time finding like slow burn romance comics, but that one's actually really, really good. And then what else have I been reading? I forget. That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head because I've just been like binging it.
For me, Witch Atelier updated recently, and that has me devastated. They dropped some crazy lore. I'm so excited for the anime in April, but also I'm so hurt. So Witch Atelier, would you believe it? I'm rereading Trigun Maximum for the 4th time.
Nice.
To fill the void. That's been fun. Trimax is always great. I think that's it for me, really.
Yeah, been thinking about Witch Hat a lot lately because I'm like, I want to reread it and then I want to catch up, and then I want to start.
It's getting really good.
Yeah, I want to start getting the volumes physically. So I'm building up to that. When we start reading it, what happened? Because Bree bought me volume 1, but they still haven't gotten to me yet. So what happened?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
You're gonna have to hold on to it though, because I have the first volume digitally. So when we read Witch Hat in like March, you can just read that one while I read the digital one I have, and then after we read it, you can give it to me.
Okay.
But like, yeah, we'll get to that. For me, still reading Song of Achilles. Read a chapter last night. It was the chapter where they make landfall, at Troy. So I make my way through that. Still catching up on One Piece slowly but surely. Read some One Punch Man and Chainsaw Man, and Kagurabachi. Caught up on that. God, man, Kagurabachi is so damn good. All the memes were right. It is good. People were making jokes, but low key, it lived up to every single one of those jokes. Kagurabachi is. I'm telling you, bro. When this shit gets animated, it is going to destroy the world. That's assuming the animation is anywhere near as good as the art is in the manga. They could easily fuck it up. They could easily fuck it up.
I think in an ideal world, based on what you've told me and based on what I've seen, Kagurabachi done by UFO Table would go crazy.
Ooh,
I feel like.
ooh, you're right. And Demon Slayer's about to end. Hold on now.
Mhm,
You might be
mhm,
cooking. You might
mhm.
be cooking. Demon Slayer
Watch
is
this
about to
space.
end.
Watch this space. Yeah, yeah. So if it happens, I told you so. But if not, that would be really cool.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Clear action. You can see everything that's happening. Let me just sing y'all some screenshots. Let me just
say, drop a panel
let
or two.
me just because the last chapter, bro. Oh my god. I just gotta show y'all a little bit something from this, bro.
Ooh, see, I have to hop on Peak.
See, this is the type of stuff we get.
This is one of the
Whoa.
This is one of the clearest manga like fight scene panels I think I've ever seen in my life, and I've been reading manga for a really long time.
It's just
like the
it's so clear and crisp, and you can tell what's happening. You can follow the
I
action.
can tell what's happening. It's crazy.
This is like Dragon Ball level of like being able to follow the action. Like it's okay.
Right.
RIP to the GOAT Akira Toriyama.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, also I guess moving on from manga, read some Radiant Black issue number 38. God, I'm caught up. 39 is the latest one. I just got to read that. I'll read that later tonight. Finally decided to sit down and finish a volume of a book that I got a long time ago and like read like the first issue. There's no I'm having the problem that you had, Bree, when we were reading what was it, Supergirl, and you were reading it by, was it Supergirl or was it it might have been, I can't remember what comic it was, but we were reading it.
It was Supergirl.
Yeah, you couldn't tell the chapter breaks. This doesn't even have the like the art that's like essentially the cover, but without the logo. There is nothing,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't tell what the chapter breaks are.
What?
So I'm just like,
that's crazy.
I'm just like
reading. This, like, wow, this is a very long.
I just get to a point where I go, oh yeah, that looks like that's the end of the chapter. That makes sense as the end of the chapter. So I'm just gonna move on. Like the end of the last chapter I got. This is a GI Joe book. It's following Scarlet, one of the characters from GI Joe. And at the end of a chapter, Storm Shadow shows up, and I was like, that's for sure at the end of the chapter. So I'm gonna stop right there. So yeah, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes brother. G.I. Joe is cool when it wants to be, okay? But they keep messing up. They keep messing up the movies, but the comics are good.
I didn't even know there were G.I. Joe comics.
So let me tell you about the comics. The comics are taking place in the same universe as Transformers comics. They're sharing a universe. It's wild as hell. And I was reading Transformers. And fucking Duke, the main white guy of the G.I. Joes, was like flying a jet. And he was fighting Starscream, and it was crazy. It was random as hell.
That is insane.
But yeah, those comics are fun. I need to go pick up my comics because the snow stopped me. I should have went before the snow happened, but I didn't. So now I got a stack of comics waiting for me. Probably a thick ass stack. I read Ultimate X-Men number 20, which four issues left on that because they're ending at 24. I started reading Immortal Thor. I read the first issues, and it is good. Something that's really cool is that Loki is, of course, in like Greek myth, Loki is like gender fluid. They don't like refer to Loki that way, but Loki basically is, and it's the same way in Marvel Comics. And now they actively refer to Loki as they them in the comics. And at one point, Loki says that they are the god and goddess of stories. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That like they are actually like making that a prominent part of the character. But I just straight up, I need to finish Mighty Thor and Immortal Hulk, which same writer as you. That's why it's also called Immortal Thor. I need to just finish both those books. That just so happen to be like predecessor books to this one. But I just started reading this one, and it's good. It's real good. Finally read the second issue of the Batman Deadpool crossover. Got that one physically. And this is the DC published one. And it was good. I don't feel like opening it to see what the crossovers were. I know there was one between Wolverine and Nightwing, specifically Laura Kinney, formerly known as X-23, Wolverine and Nightwing. And they bonded over being the children of like famous superheroes. And who was it? There was one between, I think that's the only crossover I remember. I think there was one between like the Hulk and Harley Quinn that was stupid, but the rest of them were cool. Oh, well, for a second, I thought like the audio cut out. I was like, what's happening? Oh no.
No.
Okay.
It took me a minute to process what you had said. My bad.
But next I have Absolute Flash number 10, Immortal Legend Batman number 4, Absolute March Manager number 7, which you can just you can just start reading that because who knows when we're gonna get to it, because Absolute March Manager is so good, and it's also like
I'm so excited.
they're really taking their time with it. So like there's only 7 issues, and there's 10 issues of the Flash, which started around the same time as Absolute March Manager, which took like a 2-month break at some point, and there's like 16 of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, but those started like a couple months before March Manager. But yeah, so it's like they're really taking the time with this one. So go ahead and read it. We'll get to it eventually, and then Bree can check it out.
Because I've been twiddling my thumbs. I've been biding my time this whole time. I'm like, yeah, you know, we got our Wonder Woman, we got our Supergirl. Where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Okay, good.
I read Green Arrow number 31, which was unfortunately the end of this run, which was so good, so good. Chris Condon, this is great. This is a good comic of his. People aren't loving his Ultimate Wolverine as much. I wasn't at first, and then towards the end it's getting better, but it's almost over now. But it's crazy that as soon as it started getting good, it's like, oh, now we gotta end it. But Green Arrow though, Green Arrow has been good for a while. It's Wolverine that only started getting good at the end. Shout out to Chris Condon. And last, Absolute Superman number 14. Getting into the book club. We're of course continuing to read Absolute Wonder Woman with these final 2 issues of Volume 1, issues 6 and 7, written by Kelly Thompson, with pencils and inks by 2 new artists, Mattia de Lulis and Dustin Nguyen. Colors also by them. Letters by Becca Carey. Covers by the original artist Hayden Sherman. And edited by Chris Conroy. Quick synopsis of the 2 issues. Diana defied the will of the gods in leaving Hell, and Hades, Lord of the Underworld, takes that personally. But when he interrogates her, her tales surprise him. Will it change her fate? Kicking off a 2-part guest arc from the breakout artist of the Cull, Mattia de Lulis. And yeah, and then you got the Little Diana series by written by Kelly Thompson, the writer of this book, and drawn by Dustin Nguyen. And then in issue number 7, Diana has escaped the underworld once before. Can she do it again? It's a moment Diana and Cersei have always known would come. But when the time actually arrives, the price may be higher than one of them is willing to pay. But yeah, let's, of course, as usual, start with the art. 2 new artists. One for 2-page short stories at the end of each issue. And then Mattia de Lulis drawing the vast majority of the book. Only for these 2 issues. Hayden Sherman comes back afterwards. But Mattia's art is good.
I really like the way that Diana is drawn in these.
Those
in these
big,
2.
expressive eyes.
Yes, I really love it.
Let me tell you
I really
something.
love it.
I sent a picture in chat. Okay, look, when she took those layers off, I instinctively said "damn" out loud.
Yeah,
I was just like,
"Good God, what a broad woman." Oh. Right.
But yeah, any other thoughts on that?
I just thought it was great, and I really like how it's like different, and it kind of specifically. And I think this is just because Blasphemous is fresh in my brain. The whole bit with Prometheus aesthetically was like something out of Blasphemous.
It was.
And I really, really liked that. I really liked that.
We need a Wonder Woman game in the style of Blasphemous.
We do.
I would love a Wonder Woman game.
Look, I'm gonna get into this later, but I mean I think I've told you this before, Abe, but like just straight up Hades, but Wonder Woman.
Would go crazy.
But Dustin Nguyen's art, very watercolor for Little Diana. I've previously seen their work in Batman and Robin, Jason Todd, and it's gorgeous. Just imagine a whole book, just watercolor. Real good. Side of Gotham, fire. That's it. We'll get into some analysis. Starting with issue number 6. So we see where the blue fiery hand that snatched Diana into the ground took her, and who it belongs to. As Diana kneels before Hades, who asks her to take over or to take off her helmet before proclaiming that she cannot leave the underworld. To which Diana defiantly responds with, "Except I did." Hades then asks Diana to disarm herself, and she takes off all of her armor, revealing the beautiful body underneath. And he then tells her to remove her weapons from her bag of holding, and we see a secret third blue lasso that we don't know about. Hades then tells his servant to bring the Nemesis lasso to him, but the servant is shocked with magical energy, as it was made so that no one but Diana could wield it. Hades then asks what the lasso is made from, and Diana begins to tell the tale of meeting the Titan Prometheus. Diana was sent to retrieve blood from Prometheus by her mother, and did so by freeing him for a short time, giving him water, and asking the eagles to stop pecking at his flesh. He rewards her kindness with not just his blood, but also his flesh, and tells her to cut the tip of his finger and to let the blood fly, and that blood turns to lava that the undead Pegasus emerges from. As she flies away with Pegasus, Diana ruminates on the true potential for good that the gods have. And back in Hades' throne room, he states that the lasso is made from more than Prometheus, but also the last living basilisk, which he tries to shame her for killing, despite the fact that she killed it in self-defense because Zeus.
Sicked it on her.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
It's just my notes. It says it's a word that's misspelled, and I don't know what I was trying to say. But he tasked, but it says takes. It's supposed to say tasked. Zeus tasked it to endlessly harass her. So to defeat the basilisk, Diana snuck into its den and blinded herself to avoid being turned to stone by its gaze, and distracted its senses with a magical stink bomb. Being sure to get rid of her sense of smell beforehand, because apparently she's just really good at removing senses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She then beheads it, and her and Cersei make use of its entire body, as not to waste it and disrespect it in death. And after very smugly telling this story, Hades reveals to Diana that he has her mother held prisoner in the underworld. And at the end, we get 2 short stories of Diana's youth, drawn by Dustin Nguyen. In the first, we see Diana first learning to transmogrify and deciding to turn a hellspawn into a phoenix because that's what it told her it wanted to be, despite being instructed to turn it into something else by her mother. And in the second story, Diana saves her friends from the mouth of a giant monstrous worm. I don't know why, but it apparently auto corrected some of my Dianas to Diane. Or not even Diane, to Dian, no A at the end, no E, nothing. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on there, but I keep reading it as Diana, but I don't know why that happened. But yeah.
You do your notes in Google Docs, right?
Yeah.
The autocorrect in Google Docs has begun to really suck for some reason. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it's been
I
pissing
blame
me
AI.
off. I'm like, what do you mean? Right.
It's
it has
probably
to be.
AI's fault.
But yeah, what did you guys think of issue number 6?
I really, really liked issue number 6. I love the whole bit with Prometheus. I love how big he is also. I wasn't
Right.
expecting that, but I was really a fan that they made him kind of giant.
Mhm.
And then the little Diana comics I think are so adorable. She's just a
Same.
little
I like
girl.
getting glimpses to her past growing up in hell.
Yeah, I know you were chomping at the bit to talk about this last episode, Bree.
What do you mean?
Because you read ahead and you were excited to talk about this
I
issue.
did not mean to, but it's so good.
It is
The
really
art is
good.
amazing. I was not expecting it. The way my eyes just shot open when I went to the next volume, I was like, whoa.
It's like seeing Diana in that first panel, in this new art style. It's like they knew what they were doing. They knew that they had something special here with the way it's framed.
To me, specifically.
Right. And also, I really like the way Hades is written here.
Right? Dickhead. Also, I like how they designed him. I didn't expect this to be a legitimate design for him.
Yeah.
He's just a ball of fire.
Yeah.
Which I think
with
really
with a red crown.
Exactly. I like the contrast. Don't get me started on contrast, man.
While we're talking about designs, that Persephone
Well,
design
we'll get
is
there.
beautiful.
We'll get there.
Oh, I was about to
We'll
say.
get there.
We'll get there.
So, in issue number 7, we open with a young Diana chasing after dog Gorgon when she suddenly runs into Persephone, who asks her to show her around the Wild Isle. In the present, Diana is fighting against a jacked humanoid chimera as Hades and Persephone watch. Hades asks Persephone if he should borrow magic from being used during the fight, and she snidely remarks that he'd be doubly embarrassed when Diana beats his warrior with one arm if he did that. We then get a title page before flashing back to the Wild Isle as Cersei summons Hecate as a young Diana sleeps to ask how she is supposed to help Diana escape hell when the time comes. And Hecate responds with by saying the way has been prepared, and leaves behind a storybook titled The Lady or the Tiger. We then flash back to the fight between Diana and the Chimera as it breathes fire at Diana, and Hades teases a gagged Cersei for her inability to speak her magic. We flash once again back to Wild Isle as Cersei reads the story of the Lady and Tiger to young Diana, which is shown through illustrations mimicking the paintings on Greek pottery, the story of the Lady and or the Tiger, that is. In the story, a princess falls in love with a common-born man and is discovered by her father, the king, who sends him to the arena. The arena? What is that
The
word?
arena
Is
is
wild.
Oh, that's the American in me. I'm sorry. To the arena, where the gods may choose his fate. The man must choose between two doors, one with a tiger behind it, and another with a woman behind it, who he will take as his bride. The princess promises to find out which is which to help him survive, but discovers that the woman is a former lover of the man's, who she despises, making the choice for her more difficult than she initially conceived. The story ends with her subtly nodding toward a door and the man walking through it, leaving the rest to our imagination. Young Diana is unsatisfied with this ending and finds the princess lacking due to her lapse in judgment. From there, we flash back and forth between Diana's fight and the past as she continues to wrestle with the themes of the story before finally realizing that she is not the princess in the story, but the man. We then stay in the present as Diana reluctantly kills the Chimera and in her rage calls upon the power of Themis, the Greek titaness of divine law, order, and justice, to threaten Hades with a reckoning in the near future. Hades then presents Diana with two doors, just like in the story, one that leads to certain death and one that leads to freedom. But that she will never be able, or she will never be allowed to return to hell if she gets her freedom, and therefore will never be able to see her mother again. And Cersei, who's the princess in this scenario, nods toward one, which Diana goes through, and it turns out to be the exit. But before she leaves, Diana frees Cersei, bewildering Hades. But Diana reveals that she ate a pomegranate seed, just like Persephone did ages ago, which will allow her to return to hell once a month. The rule stated that she must, or that she may and must return to the underworld once a month. And I imagine that the rule will come back to bite her in the ass eventually, when she's needed most on Earth. Persephone tells Hades that he could abide by his own rules or break them, but that would also release Persephone, and he would lose his wife. So Hades begrudgingly accepts and claims that Diana has made a motivated enemy, and she says that he has as well in her. And of course, the chapter ends. Well, no, not that yet. The chapter ends with Diana flying Cersei back to the Wild Isle, but never touching the ground herself, lest she be trapped there for a month. So they say their tear-filled goodbyes. And at the end, we get two more little Diana stories by Nguyen. In the first, Diana chastises a monster from attempting to eat its friends. And in the second, she convinces Cersei to let one more tiny creature enter their home that's already filled with tiny creatures. So, thoughts on this little mini arc, little Diana and this issue in particular?
I really, really liked it.
This read so well. Like my brain was animating this because it was like translated so well into like because I know we complained about like the previous volumes where like the action didn't translate too well, but this, oh my gosh, accompanied with like the flashbacks, so good.
And then so this is not my first encounter with the Lady or the Tiger story. My first run-in with it is actually in a novel, a YA, you could call it YA, called The Tale of Dark and Grim, where that comes back up. So when they dropped that title card, I damn near lost my mind because I'm like, this is gonna be something so fun, something so fun. But I really, really enjoyed it. I liked this mini arc a lot, and it makes me kind of sad that it was only a guest mini arc because I really like the art. I really like everything about it, and I'm like, dang, I'd like to see more of this. But that's not to say that regular Wonder Woman,
I mean, it's
absolutely Wonder Woman is good.
It's the same writer. You're gonna get the same kind of storytelling.
But the art's not the same.
I get it. I like this art, but Hayden Sherman's is goated. Okay, I love Hayden Sherman.
I really like Persephone's design. It's so good. Goated. She's so pretty.
Yeah, very. You can tell that I feel like they're taking inspiration from Wonder Woman Historia, where they give the gods and goddesses such radically different and like not just human people in togas, designs. They don't just
Right.
they don't just look like Greeks, but maybe slightly bigger. They look like otherworldly.
Right.
Very similar to Historia.
I think my favorite panel in this has to be where like Diana is talking to Hades and he's like, "You dare?" and she's like, "I do." That had me shook. I was shaking my boots.
Make sure you send a screenshot.
You already did.
Oh, okay. Did I really?
Yeah, you basically said the ones I was gonna say, so I was like, "Oh, no use in doing that now."
Yeah.
And also, I really do like that they like Hades is blue fire and not like any other color, because it's like the Greek underworld to me is like, I don't know, it's just much colder than like traditional depictions of hell in the underworld. You know what I'm saying? And I think the blue fire really lends to that, because it's like in my head, I'm like, I know blue fire is hotter, but there's still that chill to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I
get
do.
that.
It's also the contrast of like, you know how they do like red is evil, blue is good, and how it's swapped here.
But also, Hades is blue fire in Hercules.
Is you're right. You're right.
That's what it made me think of.
10 steps ahead.
Yeah, this was great. You know what I'm excited to see in this? Heracles.
Ooh, true.
I
I really liked what they did with him in this.
He hasn't showed up in the book yet, where I'm at. So I'm excited to see if he ever shows up, and if he probably will. It's just a matter of like, what form will he take? He's usually the villain in these stories. I think it'd be interesting if in this universe he was a good guy. Because he's usually evil in Wonder Woman stories. So it would be interesting to see him be a good guy this time around.
Right.
Or at the very least be a lot more complicated. Because he's usually pretty, not complicated, but not too complicated. But if he is going to be more of a villain, maybe he'd be more of a complicated villain that could turn around and maybe doesn't do anything so despicable that he can't come back from it, like he does in George Perez's single issue that we read. Which unfortunately in that book they try to redeem him.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where we're ending our journey with Wonder Woman Historia so far. Of course, continue to read if you so wish.
Yeah.
I will. I will be.
I have to.
Right.
I need to read the other ones. I did start reading the Batman versus Big B. I need to keep up with it.
Let me tell you, if you want to sail to the island of Lesbos, you should continue reading this.
Noted. That's all you had to say.
But yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read Superman Birthright. That's gonna be a while. So we're probably gonna start Superman Birthright after this next comic, but then like stop halfway through and then read Witch Hat LA and then come back to Birthright. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the first issue of the other history of the DC Universe for Black History Month. So the other history of DC Universe are 5 issues. Each of them are about different people of color in the DC Universe, not just Black people. But we're going to read the first one because they're all long, and essentially we only have to actually have read one and have it come out within the month. We only have time for one. So we're only going to read the first issue, and the first issue is focusing on Black Lightning. Moving on to TV and film, what have you guys been watching in terms of live action?
I only have one thing. I watched this really weird movie recently called Pet. And the premise behind it is it's this weird, creepy incel guy, but it came out in 2016, so this is before incels were a named thing. But it's this weird, creepy incel guy who meets or rather reunites with his high school classmate on the bus. She doesn't remember him at all. But they reunite, and he's really weird about her, and he stalks her for a while and ends up kidnapping her.
Oh my goodness.
But the movie then flips it on its head, and it's instead of her being the captive and the prey in the situation, because he works as at a dog kennel, so he's training her like you would train a dog, but she's training him right back and manipulating him so she'll let him go, or so he'll let her go. and it started off really, 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 really interesting, and it tried to like make it out of it. Do you guys care about spoilers for this movie?
No.
No.
They tried to make it out to be like, oh, the girl was crazy the whole time, and she's also a murderer and killed like 6 people, and I was like, that was stupid.
What?
That was dumb.
Man.
And it's like he kidnapped her to keep her off the streets so that she would never kill anybody again or some stupid shit. And I interpreted the movie differently because it's like he learned all this from her diary that she dropped at like a bar they were both at. And like, you know, he read through her diary and that's how he like figured out how he was gonna kidnap her. And in, you know, I thought they were gonna do something interesting with it. They didn't. I like to think that she's a creative writer and all the stuff in her diary is an outlet and it didn't actually happen. This guy is like actually nuts.
Yeah.
It's truly an interesting movie. It was a fun watch though.
I thought you were gonna talk about the show You when you said he was like very incel like and stalked her. I was like, that sounds exactly like that show. But no, that is completely different.
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch You though.
I do
It's
call
pretty interesting.
my goat Joe Goldberg an incel. No, I'm joking.
Your goat, that man, you know what? I feel indifferent towards him. I grapple with my morals with that man all the time.
I'm joking.
But-
He's a bad person.
He is a bad person. I mean, the first and second season make you really like question, and then like when you see him, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this dude's crazy. But the shows I have been watching. So I finished watching Hunting Wives with Angel, and we started watching Severance. We are on the second episode. The episodes are really long, so it is difficult for me to sit still. And then I've been on like a romance kick lately, so I've been watching Bob and Abby Shola. So that's been like a good watch. I need to get back into it. Maybe I'll watch some tonight before bed. I'm not too sure. And then what else have I been watching? Oh, and Love and Death. So we got to like a very pivotal moment in the episode, and there's only like a few left. But apparently, Love and Death is actually based off a true case, but like just dramatized. So I recommend it.
For me, still watching Fallout's one episode left. Fallout's so good. If you're not watching Fallout, watch Fallout. One of the best video game adaptations out.
I need to catch up.
Very good. Season 2 of Percy Jackson ended, but season 3 is coming this year.
Wow.
We're getting real TV again. Within the same calendar year, we're getting another season. Who would have thought? We're coming back to this. Good, especially Disney. Disney's doing it a lot. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. But yeah, season 2 was good. It was fun, and I'm excited that we're getting season 3 so soon. Bree, some friends, and I actually watched A Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
And that was my first time seeing Fistful of Dollars, and we're gonna have to find a time to also watch it for a few dollars more, and then of course The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yes.
We're gonna have to go down the trilogy. I think actually the next movie I want to do is Yojimbo, which is a samurai movie from the around the same time period. So we watched the Western. Next, I think we're gonna watch a samurai movie together. That'll be fun.
Oh, love.
Because I started watching Yojimbo but never finished it, so I need to watch that again from the beginning. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this Sunday. It seems like that's the time we're all not doing anything.
Isn't the Super Bowl Sunday though?
Oh well, Josh might be watching Super Bowl, but he can I'll just mute him. He'll just be permanently muted because we don't need to hear that
That's
nigga
crazy.
yelling in the background.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching. Moving on to trailers and news. First, we'll start with Michael. We got a second trailer, the first official trailer for the Michael Jackson biopic movie. We talked about the first one a little bit. And, it looks good. It looks good.
It looks awesome.
looks
I would
good.
love to go see that movie.
It
I
does
went
look
to
pretty
see a
good.
live show with Angel and Trinea like 2 years ago, I think. 2 or 3 years ago in Las Vegas. It was like a trilogy kind of show, like a stage play almost, where they went back in time to like see all like his live performances and whatnot, and like what he went through in life. It was so good. So this movie has me hyped.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. I think Michael Jackson's being played by like his nephew.
Yeah.
Which I think was a really good choice.
Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, it looks good. I'm definitely excited to see it. I don't remember the release date. Let me look that up real quick.
It said in April 20 something, I think.
April 24th.
April 24th.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably not gonna see it opening day. Everybody's gonna want to see that opening. Everybody's gonna want to see it opening day and opening weekend. So I'm probably gonna wait till like
Yeah.
discount
I should
Tuesday.
take my grandfather. He's a Michael Jackson die-hard fan, bro.
I go see it with my mom. She'll probably like it.
I was gonna say, I immediately thought of my aunt.
Next we got the fact that Sinners is now the most Oscar or Academy Award nominated film of all time.
Wow.
According to Variety, Sinners has shattered the Oscars all-time nomination record with 16 nominations, surpassing the previous mark of 14 noms held by All About Eve from 1950, Titanic from 97, and La La Land in 2016.
Well,
Ryan?
I still never saw Sinners.
I know we've talked about this several times.
Still never saw it.
I know you're gonna come over my house and watch it. The only thing that's stopping it is the snow. Like legitimately, I want to do it soon. It's just that it snowed, and now everything's frozen.
Right. I hate driving out there. It's scary, low-key.
The moment it melts, I'm gonna invite you guys over.
Bet.
But Ryan Coogler's supernatural thriller received nominations for Best Picture, Director, Actor, and Michael B. Jordan, supporting actress, who is the Wunmi Mosaku, actor in a supporting role with Delroy Lindo, original screenplay, casting, production design, cinematography, costume design, film editing, makeup and hairstyling, sound, visual effects, original score, and original song for I Lied to You. Yeah, it's a good movie. You guys gotta watch it, and you will soon.
Soon.
So hold out. You can't watch it yet. You gotta come over here and watch it.
But I won't.
I won't.
The week that Sinners released, the weekend, I think, maybe like the beginning of the week after, Variety posted an article that was shitting on it and claimed that it wasn't doing well, despite the fact that it outsold the Minecraft movie in its opening weekend. And ever since then, they have had to eat crow and write article after article praising it because it did so well, despite them shitting on it immediately. Pure unadulterated racism, because it was they shitted on it after it was already being like getting success. It was like, why? Other than racism.
That ain't nothing that
Yeah, I had to like unfollow some people because they started like trashing on the movie, and I was just like, I don't think you get like the real like, they were like, oh, the motive and everything was kind of lame, or it didn't make sense. I'm like, it didn't make sense to you because it has nothing to do with you.
I think I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, even though you guys probably got spoiled a little bit already. But
surprisingly, no, I know nothing about it.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, moving on to Supergirl. We got a closer look at Lobo in Supergirl, being played by Jason Momoa, who previously played Aquaman, but has always expressed an interest in playing Lobo. And he is perfectly cast as Lobo. What do you guys know about Lobo, if anything?
Nothing.
I was to say, I don't think anything. Yeah.
I know most of what I know about Lobo is from cartoons. He shows up in Superman the Animated Series. I think he like debuted in a Superman comic. He's a very frequent Superman villain, but he's more of like an anti-hero. He's not really a villain, and he shows up in Superman stuff. So it makes sense that he's in the Supergirl movie. And this is of course different from the comic because Lobo
I don't remember seeing him.
Right.
You do. Trust me, you remember Lobo was in that comic. But I'm excited to see Jason Momoa play Lobo because his real life personality is basically what Lobo is like, except that Lobo is a little bit more crass.
I love that.
Yeah, so he's always just been perfect for a role because he really just has to be himself. So he should be a fun character.
I will say this trailer did ease my fears about the movie being colorful, or at least one quarter as colorful as the comics were. I feel a little bit better now, so now I'm excited.
Yeah. Excited to see a second trailer that actually, or I think the first trailer was just a teaser, so an actual proper trailer that gives us a better look at what this movie will actually look like.
Have they showed us what Krim looks like yet?
Yes.
I feel like I haven't seen him.
He does not look like how he does in the comic at all, and I hate it.
Oh man.
He looks like a punk rocker. It's weird.
That's lame.
No pun intended. But yeah, he doesn't look how he's. Yeah. Oh, disgusting. Why does he look like this? This is Crib.
Wait, that was him? I thought that was supposed to be someone else. Oh my gosh.
Wait, that's Krim?
Disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Nasty.
Can't believe
Just
they've done this.
Nasty is crazy.
You know who should have played?
It is nasty.
You know who should have played Krim?
Mm.
The main love interest dude from Wicked.
True.
He should have been Krim. He looks like
True.
Krim does in a comic. You know,
Oh
Krim in
my
a comic
goodness.
is just a beautiful man doing,
Yeah,
Right.
he's so
doing horrible
attractive.
things.
Oh my gosh, that's not. Get out of here.
He looks like what are they called? The Cenobites from
he
Hellraiser.
does look like a Cinnabite. Next time they release a Hellraiser movie, they got to do a Cinnabon crossover.
They really do. That would be a banger.
Release some Cinnabites. But
And the box is like shaped like
the
the
lament configuration. Don't ever hand me a freaky looking Rubik's Cube. I will not solve it. But
I don't even know how to solve one, so it's okay.
Next we have Masters of the Universe. We got a teaser trailer. I was prepared for disappointment. But it actually looks really good. This has been in the works for a while now. We've been hearing about it on and off again, but we finally got a trailer. And I was really afraid that I forget when, but at one point we learned that it was going to be an isekai and that he was going to be in the real world. And I was like, why?
right. Of all the
Just have him be on Eternia. Just have him be He-Man. But it turns out based on a trailer at the very least, Prince Adam, played by Nicholas Geldzine, was sent to Earth alongside the Sword of Power, seemingly to protect Adam and keep the sword out of the hands of Skeletor. And now Tila, played by Camila Mendez, was sent to bring him back to Eternia, likely, to save it from Skeletor. Man-at-Arms is being played by Idris Elba, and unfortunately, Skeletor is being played by Jared Leto, which is not exciting.
God.
They was like, oh, this guy played a horrible Joker. Let's have him be Skeletor. Which is it's so stupid because you want to know who voiced Skeletor in the Netflix Masters of the Universe series?
Who?
The one true Joker, Mark Hamill, the voice of the Joker from Batman the Animated Series, voices Skeletor, and he's great. Even though low-key he just sounds too much like a Joker and not enough like Skeletor, but he does a good job either way. So they was like, oh, let's just get another Joker to play Skeletor. No, get this nigga out of movies. Put that nigga in jail.
In jail.
Send him to prison. I'm being serious. He has some serious allegations against that man.
What allegations? Oh my god.
I want you to take a long hard guess what type of allegations an actor has and how many and with the types of allegations that are found in Hollywood.
My goodness.
He has those allegations.
That is okay.
He's also just a weirdo outside of that.
Very weird.
That's what I heard too.
Weird in a way
And this guy
that isn't jail time worthy, but is like, get away from me worthy. And I don't want to see you in anything.
He's like weird and then disguises it under method acting. It really annoys me.
So yeah, I hate that he's in this movie. But any thoughts on Masters Universe? You guys like He-Man?
I watched it years ago, but it low-key kind of looks corny to me. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah,
it's always been corny.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
yeah.
I was like,
that's just like inherent to Masters of the Universe. It's corny. It's a cartoon from the 80s that was made to sell toys.
Yeah. Cornball is the name of the game. I grew up a Thundercats kid, unfortunately, so I have no attachment to He-Man, but I'm happy for y'all.
This is a running theme with you.
Yeah.
You were a Star Trek kid, so you didn't watch Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm always on the other side of the
you didn't
divide.
watch He-Man. But the Master Universe shows on Netflix are really good. You should check those out. Those are less corny. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Another date that I forgot to write down. It comes out soon though. It comes out June 5th.
Ooh, that is soon.
Okay, next we got a teaser for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. And it started by playing Lithonia by Childish Gambino, which is a song that I love. I listen to that
Mhm.
song religiously, no pun intended. Um, and yeah, it was a good trailer. We got a sneak peek at the return of Jessica Jones, who of course had her own show on Netflix, which I haven't watched. I need to watch that eventually. And this is her first official appearance in the MCU, but of course previously she shared the universe with Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage on Netflix, and all of those characters are being folded into the MCU, and those shows are being made canon to the MCU.
Ooh.
Um, there was also a brief glimpse of Matthew Lillard, aka Shaggy, who's playing somebody. I don't know who. Or was it William Afton from uh, Five Nights at Freddy's?
Or the one guy from Scream. I forgot
Yes.
his name.
I was just watching a reaction to that. And I love that movie. What's his name? I can't remember right now. But yeah, it looks good. Season 1 wasn't bad, but it paled in comparison to the final season of the Netflix series. And part of that is because there were tons of rewrites because they were going to go in a really weird direction. But then, the actors, specifically, the only two actors that they originally were going to bring back, which was, of course, Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock, and I'm forgetting his name, but the guy who plays Kangpin. They were only going to bring those two back, and they were going to get rid of all the other characters. But they were like, "That's stupid. Why would you do that? Those other characters are part of what people loved about the series." So they brought those characters back, and the show was like a mishmash of different ideas. So it was not as good as it could have been, but it was still good. Because at his worst, Daredevil is still good. Daredevil is the most consistently well written comic book character of all time. It's hard to find a bad Daredevil story, including season 1 of Born Again, and I expect season 2 to be even better now that they actually have a cohesive story and solid direction that they want to go in. And this releases, I did write it down, March 24th. Again,
There's so many things coming out so soon.
Within a year of the first season, Real TV is back specifically on Disney Plus.
I know we're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah. But last but certainly not least, going into the review section, I want to talk about Wonder Man. More Disney Plus. Wonder Man is a Marvel Cinematic Universe show that we've talked about briefly. We looked at trailers, and I've always said I'm not interested. I was interested, but the trailers didn't excite me. And the closer we got to it releasing, the more I was like, this is gonna be one of the ones I skip, because I've started skipping some. I used to not to, but they just started getting too bad, and I was just like, I'm not watching all this. And I thought this was gonna be one that I skipped, but I kept hearing good things. Like, you know what? Let me check out a couple episodes. And then I watched one episode, and then 2 episodes, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right. I did a thing that I don't like to do. I binged the whole season in a single night. This was last Wednesday. Created by Daniel Destin Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi and The Legend of Ten Rings, and is directing the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. It follows struggling actor Simon Williams and Trevor Slattery as they try to land roles in a remake of the superhero film Wonder Man. Like I said, was not very excited for the show based on the trailers. Didn't plan on watching it. But the reviews were just so glowing leading into it. I had to check it out. And the episodes are only 35 minutes, so it was an easy binge. If they were an hour long, I would not have binged it, because it would have just gotten too late into the morning, and I would have I gotta work. I can't. But luckily, by the time I was finished watching it, it was a reasonable time at night. It was good. Maybe a little bit past 1 o'clock rather than it being like 5 o'clock in the morning, which wouldn't have gotten to that point because I would have just fell asleep. But it reminded me of Atlanta by Donald Glover in a lot of ways, especially episode 4 titled Doorman, which focuses on a character outside of the main cast in a fully black and white episode. It's really good. This show can be best described using a quote from the show itself. Our ideas about heroes and gods, they only get in the way. This is said by the fictional movie director of the in-universe fictional movie Wonder Man, directed by Von Kovac, who's played by Zlatko Burek, who played the president of Boravia in James Gunn's Superman movie.
Mhm.
Wonder Man is the kind of project I hope that we see a lot more of from Marvel going forward. Because superheroes aren't some homogenous genre like people try and say. They're characters. Superheroes are characters that can fit into any genre, and Wonder Man proves that by examining the characters themselves as people. It's just about Simon Williams trying to be an actor, despite struggling with kind of loneliness and depression because of his powers and trying to hide them his entire life. So he never lets himself get too close to anybody. And is a result in him being a very lonely person and only having like TV and movies to really kind of fill that void. And because of that, he became an actor. And he finally makes a friend in Trevor Slattery, who Trevor Slattery is a character that's been in MCU since Iron Man 3.
Oh wow.
He's played by Ben Kingsley, and he played the Mandarin, or the fake Mandarin, he was an actor pretending to be the Mandarin. And then the real Mandarin shows up in Shang-Chi and kidnaps him, breaks him out of jail, and then imprisons him in his own prison for imitating him and making a mockery of him. And then this is his third appearance, I believe, in Wonder Man. Now he's out of the prison that the Mandarin put him in, and he's back in America. Yeah, God, Ben Kingsley is so good in this, but Yahya Abdul Mateen II is so damn good. He is great as Wonder Man. It's just the whole show is just about acting. It's about just two actors in LA, one younger, one older, trying to make it. Just at two different points in their career, and it's incredible. You guys gotta watch it. You gotta watch Wonder Man. If you don't watch anything, watch this. You don't need to know anything. You just watch it.
Okay.
It's on my radar.
I will say it's also on mine only because Angel said she got recommended to watch it and she hears a bunch of people like talking about it. So like maybe me and her will watch it.
Yes. Do it.
I'd say it sounds like something I would enjoy. Like, because I like the Penguin, so I'm like, maybe I'll like this too.
But yeah, it's not super action packed. It's just very character focused, very good. But in the comics, Wonder Man is a prominent member of the West Coast Avengers, and of course, this story takes place in LA. And I'd love to see this specific style of storytelling that focuses on the characters, but with a team of superheroes. And I feel like they could do that with the West Coast Avengers, where it's more character focused, less action focused, and we just really essentially see what the team is doing in between missions. Like we always pick up with them either before or after a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Or when we do follow them on a mission, it's a super mundane mission, like, getting a cat out of a tree, like stuff like that.
Right.
Or it's either something, just slower paced missions rather than action packed ones. There would need to be just a tiny bit of action, but not a lot. And I think that could be really cool. The West Coast Avengers, he's on that team. Moon Knight is on that team. Tigra, who is a love interest of Moon Knight, who is basically kind of like Cheetah if she was a hero. Who else? Hawkeye, but I would do Kate Bishop instead of Clint Barton. And who else is on that team? Dang, there was somebody very specific that I was thinking of. I should have wrote them down in my notes. I didn't think to.
I just think it's so funny that they're called the West Coast Avengers, by the way. Like,
I mean, it's because they're on the West Coast.
The West Coast. I mean, it's very descriptive. I just think it's funny because it's so descriptive.
Yeah. I mean, there's, what is it? Teen Titans East.
I didn't know that.
East?
You didn't know? Did y'all not watch Teen Titans?
I did,
but
I
didn't
just
know
don't
there were Teen
remember
Titans
it.
East.
Yeah, there's a whole Teen Titans East.
Hilarious.
Who was a part of this team?
I mean, it depends on. In the cartoon, it's what is it? Aqualad, Bumblebee, Speedy, the twin speedsters whose names I can't remember. They're I think Loki racist. Not their racist, but their name might be Loki racist because they're two like Mexican dudes. I forget their name.
That's worse.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's racist. I think it's just in Spanish. But
okay. I hope.
I think it might be like positive and negative in Spanish.
Yeah, I think it is.
And those are the only ones I can remember. I think that must be it. Yeah, because there's probably 5 of them, just like there's 5 in the main team. So yeah, Bumblebee, those 2,
Hmm.
Aqualad, Speedy. I think that's probably it. Um,
Hmm.
in the comics, the team composition is different. In the comics, Kid Flash. Kid Flash is in the show, but he's not on that team.
Oh,
uh,
okay.
but yeah, that's a different conversation. But yeah, West Coast Avengers could be really fun.
Yeah.
Ironheart, who I was also thinking could be on that team. That could be fun. Apparently, U.S. Agent was on that team at one point. That would be interesting. Because in the shows, he's not as bad as he is in the comics. In the comics, he's low key racist.
Oh
in,
yeah, I did hear.
in the
Oh yeah, I
movies,
You did
remember you
say
telling me about
that.
this guy.
in the movies, he's a much better person. But yeah,
Which telling.
yes. Like I said, you need an evil Captain America in the comics. Use US Agent. But moving on to video games. What have you guys been playing?
For me, same stuff, different day. Lots of metaphor recently. I finally made it to Virga Island. And I'm not very far in Virga Island, but I made it there. And it's nice so far. I just started the dungeon, and I really, really think the Musari are so interesting. So I'm glad to learn more about them. Um,
I don't know what any of that
but
means, and I don't want to, because I will find out.
you will find out. But made it there. It's a really good game. I'm really, really enjoying it. Like I think it's starting to creep up to one of my favorite Atlas games of all time.
Whoa.
And I say this as a staunch Persona 3 head. Like it's starting to beat it out for me, I fear, and that's kind of crazy.
Are you ever
But
gonna
it's
check out Reload, or have you?
I didn't really enjoy Reload that much. It's like it looks like Reload looks very pretty, but like under the surface, the writing is very clunky. Like the retranslation, they change so many things. And like a lot of things that like don't make sense. Like a lot of changes that don't make sense. Specifically, I'm thinking about like one of there's like a story beat in Akihiko's social link that they put in. It's like why is that there? It's preposterous, but you know. Other than that though, other than metaphor, new Terraria update came out, so I've been playing Terraria super heavy. That's been fun. I keep forgetting that game is Wikipedia, the video game, but I'm trying to go into it as blind as possible. And then, yeah, that's it. Just Terraria and metaphor recently.
I have not been playing any games. If anything, I have just been watching gameplays of games like Metal Gear Solid and like what is it, Hightail and whatnot to see if I kind of want to play Hightail, but I don't know. It just seems like a very in-depth Minecraft.
I'll make you play Metal Gear.
Oh, I played years ago, but right now, what is it? What's the name of the one with Raiden in it? We talked about it.
Revengeance.
Yeah, Revengeance.
Yes, Revengeance is what I really want to play.
Revengeance is fine.
I think the remake is on Steam.
Oh yeah, I mean the remake's everywhere of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
Revengeance
what?
is everywhere.
Now that I bring it up, I forgot to add one of the songs from that game to my Spotify.
For what, Revengeance? Revengeance was my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. Before I played Persona 5.
For good reason. It has a great soundtrack.
Now it's my third, because second is now Expedition 33. But it's up there still. I love the soundtrack to Rise of Revengeance. Well, for me, still, always playing Marvel Rivals. I never stop playing Marvel Rivals. Can't stop, won't stop.
Oh wait, that is what I've been playing, Marvel Rivals.
We've been playing together.
Yeah. I don't know why I forgot.
Yeah, a new map released last week, and it's a good one. It's a convoy map, aka push the cart, called the Collector's Museum. The Collector is an elder of the universe, who, as his namesake suggests, likes to collect things, from items and objects to people and creatures from across the multiverse. So there are a ton of Easter eggs and maybe even some teases for future characters. The rumor is that next season will take place in the Savage Land. And that Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, who will be joint characters similar to Cloak and Dagger, will be characters in season 7, and so will my GOAT, my most anticipated character, Daddy X-Man himself, Cyclops. I guess Professor X would be Daddy X-Man, but
Yeah.
Cyclops is also an X-Men, and he's also Daddy in multiple ways.
What?
He's a literal father and something else. But I'm waiting for him. He's
Quick
been.
bump.
I wanted him to be base roster, but he wasn't, and it's been a whole year. When are they gonna bring my nigga Cyclops? Hopefully this year before Avengers Doomsday comes out. I assume.
Mhm.
I expect him to come out before then.
Makes sense.
Playing Hades 2. Let me tell you something. I don't know. It was last night. It was Sunday. I whooped Kronos' ass like it has never been whooped before. So
Oh,
I'm walking into what is it called, Tartarus, right? Right when I'm at the gates to Tartarus, I'm like, oh, I am kitted out, and then I go. I think I only had two. I had two Death Defiances. I had lost one. I think I had one Death Defiance, and then I got the Lucky Tooth, and then I went down. And once I got to the end, right before you fight him, there was a Death Defiance in the shop. So I was like, let's fucking go. So I had three Death Defiances,
banger.
but it didn't matter. I didn't need any of them because I knew going in he was going to get his ass whooped because I was kitted the hell out. I was doing stupid damage. It didn't make sense.
Those are my favorite kinds of Hades runs.
Like, I went in there knowing, like, oh, he doesn't stand a chance. It's going to be over so fast. He's not going to know what hit him, and he didn't. That might have been my fastest run. I don't even know.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, it was great. What did I have? I had the staff, I think. The staff's a good one. Yeah, he just didn't know what was happening. Also, some good story beats there, too. But, yeah, I'm having a good time with that. Slowly but surely getting through that. Not rushing that one, just having a good time. Metro Prime 4, still playing that. I need to finish that. I'm trying to finish that before definitely before Resident Evil comes out, but that's the end of this month. But I realized there's some other games coming out in between that I also want to play. One of which was in my notes here, but I took out because it's going to be out before next episode, so I'll be able to actually talk about it. And I'm playing Cairn, which is a game that came out this month, or last month, towards the end, that I'll talk about towards the end of this episode. So moving on to some trailers and news. There's a trailer for Life is Strange Reunion.
Wild.
The trailer didn't do much for me personally, but I'm in for a dime, in for a dozen, or whatever that saying is. With this series,
in for a penny,
in for a penny, in for a pound. Why did I say that? I mixed dime a dozen with in for a penny, in with a pound.
Because you were saying it, and I was like, what is he talking about?
That's not that saying. Are you okay? Look, it's 7:00.
I feel it.
But yeah, I'm already in. Okay, except for the second game. I don't care about that game, but the other games I play. And I will play this entry despite my gripes with the last one. Double Exposure wasn't bad. It was arguably worse. It was mid. And I hope that Reunion is better. In this game, you will play as both Max and a returning Chloe. And they will both have their iconic abilities from the first game and the Before the Storm game, which I own but haven't played yet. Where was I? So Max's iconic power is back. You can undo and redo every decision, and change the course of conversations and manipulate your environment to solve 4-dimensional puzzles. And Chloe's back talk is back, which is so hilarious that she doesn't have powers. She just talks good. You'll rely on your wits, guile, and barbed put-downs as you race to unravel the secret of her nightmares and double memories. Which is a little reference to the two endings from the first game. This releases March 26th. Either of you play Life is Strange?
I played the first one, not the second one. And yeah. I can't say I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it, but it's just like, it's not my kind of game.
I started playing and then I just watched the rest.
Yeah. Fun games. I think the first one's probably still my favorite. True Colors is second. I like True Colors a lot. I feel like I'm mad. The biggest one of the biggest reasons I didn't like Double Exposure is that it didn't push forward all of the interesting gameplay mechanics that they introduced in True Colors that made True Colors so good. And it was
Mm.
very disappointing to see them essentially regress in a lot of ways. Because True Colors had this like open-ish aspect where you could explore the town and go through and you know, interact with people that way. And in this one,
Mhm.
you were super restricted, like you were in like the first game. And I was like, that's weird. Let me explore like I did in the last game. Why did you regress? That's strange.
Right.
Hopefully it's different in this one because you're in the same place that you were in the last game. So hopefully they just expand it out more and actually allow you to explore the whole thing. But yeah, we'll see on March 26th because I'll be playing it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Next, we have some previews for Resident Evil Requiem. I sent you guys IGN's preview if you had the chance to check some of it out. But I watched only God knows how many. And they all played the same parts of the game, but I still watched like a dozen of them all talk about the exact same thing.
And that's real.
Because I'm
You're
so
nothing if not
excited for this
dedicated.
game. There were a lot of previews. And some more gameplay footage, which is it's essentially the same gameplay from the showcase they had a couple weeks ago, but extended. But something that they revealed, or I guess the developers revealed to the press while playing it, was like why the zombies can talk and exhibit behaviors and parts of their personality from before they return to zombies. And apparently it's as simple as they were just turned. So they still hold on to some of their personality, which isn't new.
That makes sense.
In Resident Evil 3 Remake, which takes place both at the same time and a little bit after the second game, we see how one of the characters, one of the like NPCs you meet in the second game, like got bit, and the zombie before they bit him like said sorry because they knew each other, and he hesitated, and that's how he got bit. So like when you get turned early, apparently you can you still have some of your mental faculties a little bit.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is.
Very
It's very
sad.
sad. It's used both to be scarier and low key a little bit comedic in this game because some of them are just doing weird shit. And yeah, it's been one ways that it's used is there's a character that's a singer, and because of that, they now have a sonic screech ability that stuns Leon and Grace when you fight them.
Whoa.
Um,
So funny.
there's also a bigger emphasis on stealth when you're playing as Grace, so you can also utilize their behavior to sneak past zombies. Like there's one that like is like cleaning, and there's one that like is like hates light and will like cut off light switches. So if you cut on a light switch, they'll go to cut it off, and you can sneak around them.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Banger.
and there's also they go a little bit more into the chainsaw, because chainsaw is iconic in Resident Evil games, and especially for Leon, because there's a bunch of chainsaw people you fight in Resident Evil 4, and now Leon can use the chainsaw. But also the chainsaw has its own physics. So when you knock it out of an enemy's hand or you kill the enemy and they drop it, it will just spin around and it can hurt you or hurt the zombies around it. But also,
That's hilarious.
if the zombies miss you, they can make a mistake and hurt their well, I guess they're not allies, just their other zombies. So there's a lot of physics based stuff, and especially like we saw in the previous, or in the showcase, I should say, a lot of how just like contextual melee attacks, and like if you knock an enemy against a wall, you can then stab them in the head with the axe. Also, seems like the axe is low key unlimited. The only restriction is that you have to keep it sharp. Once it gets dull, you can't use it, but it doesn't break. You just have to sharpen it. And the tool to sharpen it apparently isn't like a resource. You don't run out of that. So really, the only restriction is finding time to sharpen it mid combat. So if like if you're using it a lot in a combat scenario, it'll probably get dull and you can't use it anymore, and then you'll have to like find time to get away from the enemies to sharpen it. But otherwise, there's no limitation on sharpening it, which is interesting because theoretically you could just use it forever, unlike in the remake of 4 where your knives can break, and you have to get them fixed. So that's interesting because the axe functions very similar to the knife. It parries and can do melee attacks. and it looks like it can be upgraded twice. So that's interesting.
Mm.
Let me see, what else did they show? Did you guys watch it? And if so, what's something that stood out to you?
A little bit of it. I can't really say that anything in particular that you didn't already point out stood out to me, though.
Yeah. I think I just really like that Leon has like heat actions like this, because when it first dropped, you were like, "This is the Resident Evil 6 you've been looking for." I'm like, exactly.
Yeah, and
I also do like that with the stealth portions, you have to like create weapons out of the zombies that are already down. Like I thought that was pretty neat. I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
Well, I think you do it a little bit in Evil Within, but yeah, you pick up their blood and you use it to craft bullets, and also use it to create an injection that will just explode them. And that I forget what they call it, but that injection can also be used as a defensive weapon, which are essentially like the knives, the flash bangs, and the grenades in Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4, where like if you get grabbed by a zombie, you can stab them to get them off of you and take less damage, or you'll just shove a grenade in their mouth and push them off, and then it'll blow their face up. And in this, you can do the same thing, but with syringe. So instead of taking damage, you just stab them with that, and then they explode. But also, I mentioned that Crimson Heads from Resident Evil 1 may be returning, where in the Resident Evil 1 remake for GameCube, they added the ability for zombies that you take down to come back stronger. And the only way to stop them from doing that is to set them on fire, similar to like the Evil Within. And they're bringing that back, but instead of being called Crimson Heads, they're called Blister Heads. And they have these like disgusting heads when they wake up. And the only way to stop them from getting back up and turning is to hit them with the injector and to have them explode. So that injector's getting a lot of work. Like you said, they're using that blood, especially just the copious amounts of blood, especially when you're playing as Leon. Leon is just crushing heads and blood is going everywhere.
It's so action-packed. I dig it.
It seems like there'll be a lot of scenarios where essentially you go through a level as Grace and she's not as strong as Leon, not as skilled. Like she knows how to use a gun because she's an FBI agent, but she works behind a desk mostly. Like she just has the training to use a gun, but that's not like a main part of her job. It's not something she's doing all the time. So she's just not she's not going around kicking zombies and parrying chainsaws. But then you go back through those same sections with Leon, and he is parrying chainsaws and cutting off their heads with his axe. And that's very interesting to go through with Grace, be scared and weak, and then come in with Leon and just bowl through all of them.
Right.
First you play as the weak woman, and then you get the strong man, Leon. At the end of the game, she'll probably become a strong woman.
Oh, so.
And then Leon will become a weak man because he'll die.
Not because he'll die.
He is infected with something. So maybe. I'm low-key. This may sound crazy. I hope Leon dies.
I kind of do too.
I hope Leon dies. Because he's the only character that you could kill and it would matter. And people would care and they would actually feel something. If you kill Chris, people are going to care, but like Chris kind of boring. Chris dies, no big loss. You can't kill any of the ladies because it would just be fridging because it's been so long since we've seen them. And they barely get anything that if you were to kill them, it would just feel disrespectful because it's like, oh, you don't give us any games with them and then you bring them back just to murder them.
You know, I would think the same thing, actually.
So the only person you could kill is Leon and have it actually have an impact. And it's about time they start killing them old niggas off.
Wow. He was pretty okay for being old.
Yeah, I mean, he is in his 50s and he's still out here doing high kicks.
Not for long. I'm kidding.
It's crazy. But yeah, next we have the Tomodachi Life Direct.
Yes.
So I'm going to read a quick article from Tom Phillips at IGN, and then we'll dig into it. So, Nintendo makes good on promise for Tomodachi Life to become more inclusive. Players will be able to set their Mii characters' dating preferences with a combination of 3 options: male, female, and non-binary. The game notes that players can pick one, more than one, or none. Your character's gender can also be set with the same 3 options, and there are a series of options and sliders to customize your Mii's voice based on its speed, pitch, and more. Memorably, the series' previous game, Tomodachi Life, experienced backlash over its lack of same-sex relationships, something Nintendo was forced to comment on after rumors spread online that they had been cut from the game, prompting commentary from the late-night TV host John Oliver, who broadcast a skit featuring Mario and Link snogging. Notably, Nintendo then promised that if it did make another Tomodachi Life game, it would make it more inclusive and something that better represents all players. There's all just getting into like more of the game mechanics beyond that. There's expanded character and island customization. Living the Dream begins with an empty island with a few buildings and only a handful of characters. Luckily, it also features plenty of customization options for your characters, islanders, and the island itself. Characters don't even need to be human either. Teddy bears and aliens also feature. Much of this feels like a version of The Sims mixed with Animal Crossing, with the ability to mold your fellow islanders into friends or love interest. Introduce other characters to each other, and sit back to watch bizarre storylines play out as your various inhabitants interact. Mii characters have a range of traits and mannerisms, and when interacting can prompt some truly odd vignettes. Sometimes your fellow islanders will come to you with a request, and you will also be able to keep them happy with dishes from the food mart and fresh items of clothing. You can also use the Switch's touchscreen to draw new items, clothing, and even pets, which you can just straight up draw a pet, and there'll be like a 2D model that like flips around. It's very interesting.
That's so cute.
And yeah, islands can be fully built and customized. I was afraid the islands were going to be small, and then towards the end, they showed that they can get real big. And meanwhile, with houses and items, place to grow your own town into a sprawling settlement. Over time, you may find your characters moving in together, fall in love, and get married. This releases April 16th this year, 2026. Thoughts?
So, a huge Tomodachi Life fan. I've played, Tomodachi Life, but I've also played the game that comes before that not a lot of people know about because it was Japanese exclusive for the Nintendo DS, actually, Tomodachi Collection. And fun fact about that game, it was one of, it was like that was them kind of testing the Mii system on the Nintendo DS. And it was pretty sophisticated for being on just the plain old DS. And while it's not nearly as deep as Tomodachi Life, I did enjoy it a lot. But I digress. This is like the best thing that could have ever happened because it takes all the gripes I had with original Tomodachi Life and it throws them out the window. It's like it's more playable. It's not like it feels more like a game than it does like a toy. You know how you have Tamagotchis where it's like you check in on it every once in a while and then forget about it. Like it feels playable, and I'm really, really excited about that. And also, I'm glad that it's not Switch 2 exclusive.
Oh yes, same.
I was so scared that they were going to make it Switch 2.
I mean, they said when they first announced it was going to be on the first Switch.
I forgot then.
Hey, listen, I didn't know.
Yeah, but this is exciting. I'm really excited for this game to come out, and I'm so glad that it comes out so soon.
Yeah, everything announced because this was announced in the last Switch Direct, and everything that was in that Direct was going to be on Switch.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks very fun.
Yeah, I fell in love with Hugh Morris.
Yeah, apparently there were different characters in the European version.
His name Bubbles and some old guy.
Yeah, they apparently for different localizations they do different characters, which is really fun.
I thought that was really silly.
Yeah, Hugh Morris, was he the jester?
The clown.
Yeah,
the jester.
Yeah.
He's so cute. I love Hugh.
Everybody's gonna.
He keeps showing up on my Instagram.
Same.
What was it? Kira changed their profile picture to Hugh Morris.
He's sweeping the nation by storm.
Yes. Every time I open Discord, I just see Hugh Morris.
Even in my restless dreams, I see that clown.
Yes.
I will say I've never played like a Tomodachi Life. Or at least not intensely, but this I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah.
Always wanted to like try what is it? You just made the comparison.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, Animal Crossing, but like I feel like this is more free in a way. I don't know. I feel like I could do more with it than Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what people make. Especially with that freedom, and just see how creative people can get. Because they showed some weird islands in that like sizzle reel towards the end. Moving on to 2 quick reviews from me. Starting with Highguard, the game that Jeff Keighley decided was so good it should be the last game shown at the Game Awards. It released a few weeks ago, and it is okay.
Oh, dang.
I played a bit of it both solo and with a friend. You can play it with up to 3, but one of my friends is a hater,
Oh.
and doesn't like to have fun. And he's a part of the male loneliness epidemic. So let me stop messing with that.
I'm gonna say I feel like I know.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You were in the voice call when I was trying to get that negative play.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it for what it was, but it's not for me, to be honest.
Aw, dang.
The way the game works is that you and the opposing team have a base to defend, and you can like build it up and things like that. But it's blocked by a like dome shield, and the only way to break the shield is to get a sword that spawns after a few minutes that is appropriately named the Shield Breaker. Once the shield is broken, you enter a siege phase where you have to attack or defend your base and prevent one of 2 generators from being blown up, or there's one like central generator that if they blow that up, they just went automatically. Ultimately, it's like it's too long form of a game mode, and I don't really enjoy games where everyone can have the same loadout. I'm starting to learn is like I like when every character is unique, like in Marvel Rivals, like a hero shooter. In this, like each character has their own unique abilities, but all the guns are the same, and everybody uses the same guns. It's just a matter of choosing a different loadout, but everybody has access to the exact same weapons. And that just doesn't work for me like it used to when I played a lot of Call of Duty as a kid. I also hate long respawn times, especially when it also takes a while to get back to the area after you respawn. And on top of that, you can enter a no respawn point, and I hate games where you can't respawn, where it's one and done. I hate that. That's why I don't like battle royales. That's just not fun to me. Because it's like it feels like you don't get a chance to get good at the game because if you die early on, you now just have to start a whole new game, or wait for your teammates to die or something. And that's just not fun to me. And yeah, so ultimately, it's not a bad game. It was cool. It's just not for me. Who knows how long this is gonna last or do? It could easily get like significantly better with just a couple updates because it's not bad now. It's a good game. It's fun. It's just not my type of game necessarily. I was like maybe this could be the one to get me into these types of games. Nope.
Damn.
Because well, Marvel Rivals is a different situation because I love me some comics. And I'm sure Overwatch could have been the hero shooter that got me into those types of games if I played it first, but I didn't. So, like if I played more Overwatch now, I probably like it, and I've been thinking about it. I'm probably not going to, but it's in my mind, and that's all because of Marvel Rivals. But yeah, you guys know I don't like most multiplayer games. Most multiplayer games just don't do it for me. Marvel Rivals is an anomaly. It is an exception to the rule.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I like playing Marvel Rivals. It doesn't make me feel bad when I lose.
Yeah. Next, I mean that's because you don't play ranked. You're not.
What?
You're not gonna lose rank if you lose at quick play. But in quick play, when you got ranked, when you got an ass team, and it's your rank up game, and they ruin it.
Oh my gosh.
But
I'm just gonna stay on my side of the world and not play ranked and just play quick match.
Yeah, I'm glad Kai started playing ranked. Now I got a teammate to play ranked with. But last but certainly not least, we have Cairn. It's finally been released. I very briefly talked about this months ago after playing the demo. But Cairn is a rock climbing game with more of a story than I expected it to, based on the demo. You play as pro climber Ava as she embarks on an ascent of Mount Kami, a summit that has never been reached. Along the journey, meet unexpected companions and hear from those left on the ground. Discover the mountain's history and decide what Ava is willing to sacrifice to achieve her dream. So Karen is, or tries to be, as realistic of a climbing sim as possible, down to letting you control every limb individually as you climb. Basically, you move one limb at a time, making sure to get the best hold and footholds um, as you can. Otherwise, you'll fall to your death. Um, and there's also survival mechanics where you have to get enough water and food and sleep, and you have to heal your injuries. And as you climb, of course, those bars go down. You have to recharge them. Um, Let me tell you, I had a harrowing adventure the other day where I get to a point, I'm out of water. I'm dying of thirst.
No.
So I get up there. I made it. I made it to the next like cliff face. And I was like, oh, thank God, flat land. I can take a break. There's a save point. As soon as I get in front of the save point, Ava passes out, drops to the ground,
Oh,
screen goes black.
Damn.
I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go all the way back down to the bottom. And then she woke up. And then it was like, now my health bar is going down. So I saved. And then I'm looking around like there's got to be water somewhere. So I like there's a button you can press to like zoom out and look at the path you took, and there's like arrows showing like the path you took is really cool. I have to send like some screenshots, or you can look up some gameplay right now while we talk about it. And luckily there was a cave that I saw off to the side, so I rappelled down, or I didn't even go into the cave. I used the camera to look into the cave first, and I was like, "Damn, this cave empty as hell. Why is this cave here?" And then I went through. Then I went down like a little crevice, and then I saw water, and I was like, "Oh, thank the Lord!" And I rappelled down, went down there, got some water, and saved my life. Climbed back up. Next thing you know, I noticed up on that same level, without even having to rappel down, there was another cave with more water, and I was like, "Oh!" After that harrowing journey of climbing up, falling down, climbing back up, getting dehydrated, passing out, saving, I found water. It was great, and that's the good feelings this game gives you. And then I found food, and then I cooked it, then I ate, and then I climbed some more. It was a good time. And then I found a cave where it looked like somebody was having a party on the mountain, and I'm confused. Actually, no, it makes sense because I'm remembering now at the area I'm at is where there used to be a sky tram that took people to that part of the mountain.
Ah.
So that's why people were able, such a large group of people were able to come up there and have a party, because there used to be a tram that goes there that takes you up and down the mountain. Because at first I was like, what? Did a bunch of people climb up here, then have a party? That doesn't make any sense. But no, they took the tram, which is now broken. And I'm at a section where there's a lot of materials, but it's a hard climb to get up there where the tram used to stop at. So we'll see if I can do that later.
Good luck.
But there's also, like I said, more of a story than I expected. You get like messages on your radio from like loved ones, and like she has I think like a manager or something like that, who keeps calling and annoying the fuck out of me. And while I'm climbing, and I'm like, bro, shut up. And I know it's on
That was
purpose.
not the time.
I know they're doing it on purpose. He'll every time it's while you're climbing. I'm like, bro, I don't care. And you can tell that Ava doesn't like him either. And I'm like, leave me alone. And he distracted me, and I fell, and I was upset. But you can put pittons into the wall to like hold yourself in place with the rope. Once you get to a certain point, but you get 6 of them. And I've yet to, actually, I think I broke one, but I've rarely broken one. So I always manage to retrieve them. It's also semi-futuristic. You have this thing called a climb bot that helps you out, which is interesting. They like make chalk out of compost, and they will retrieve pittons that you had stuck into the wall once you get to the top. And yeah, there's also a story about like, when I was watching a review, I think it was IGN's review, they mentioned how like this is a sport that's like, it's just selfish, and you don't really like get anything out of it, except for like possible death, and like all you're doing is like hurting the people you love. And it's like this story about essentially that, and I'm like, that's interesting.
I think that's a really fascinating angle to take it from. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's real fun so far. If you like climbing. If you like Death Stranding, you'll probably like this. Anybody up there likes Death Stranding, you might like this. This is the real walking simulator. The real walking and climbing simulator. It's a good time, though. If Death Stranding was like this, I'd like it. I want to like Death Stranding so bad. The story's fun. The gameplay just doesn't look for me. I got to try it eventually, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like it.
Real.
And I love Kojima, but low-key, that man does need restrictions. When he goes too far, I'm glad he's doing what he wants, but what he wants isn't what I want.
Do what I want.
Hopefully that stealth game he's making is what I want. But yeah.
Guess we gonna see.
Yeah.
You weren't here when we talked about it, but do you know what the tagline for that game is, Bree?
What is it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, what? Okay.
Wait, what is it? It was in my. I swear I remembered, and then the moment I said that, it left my brain. Wait, hold on. Let me look it up. Here comes the feeling. That's the tagline. Here
That's
comes
it?
the feeling, and you're like, "That's it," and I'm like, "Yeah, understandably, that's what anybody would say. That's it. That's the tagline. That's the tagline you love so much." It's because you only know what that means if you've played Metal Gear. Okay. Because when they say "here comes the feeling," you immediately feel the feeling. You're like, yes, I know the feeling, and it's coming again. So they claim, and I need it.
I need it.
But anyway, that's all I have.
It does give me Metal Gear vibes. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Looking at this art, delicious.
Yes. But yeah, that's all I got. If you guys don't have anything else,
That's all I got.
okay.
Nope.
You can find all of our ads in the link in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more storytelling content. And click the notification bell so that you're notified when we post. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.